Hello everybody, and welcome back to 10-Minute Reviews.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Amy.
We're confused.
And today we want to talk about, we're going to go a little bit different than we normally talk about. We're going to talk about a nonfiction book. Absolutely fascinating nonfiction book. As you guys have noticed, we relocated our filming location to in front of 4 of our 9 bookshelves, or bookcases. And today we're going to talk about
When the Mob Ruled Vegas.
This book is awesome. For those of you guys that don't know, we live in Vegas. She is, well, not born in Vegas, for all intents and purposes, a Vegas local. She's
Lived
been
here for
most of her
32
life.
years.
And I've been here for 5 years, so that in this town practically makes me a local. And when the mob ran Vegas, both of us are in the casino industry as well.
Yep.
This is an absolutely fascinating book, because it talks about people always talk about with Vegas how you've got your old timers that talk about how Vegas was so much better when the mob ran Vegas. And I was actually just reading a thread about that earlier today, where there was a big argument that kind of ensued, and I actually kind of have to lean towards the people that say no, obviously it's not better than when the mob ran Vegas. People, big bad evil corporation. Yeah, I know. Every successful business ends up being a corporation. That's because they were successful. But
well, I mean, if you want to think about it, the mob was kind of a giant corporation.
In a way, and that's what one person kind of pointed out. Another person pointed out, as much as we want to glamorize, romanticize the mob, they were a bunch of pathetic gangsters. They were a bunch of pathetic gangbangers in suits. Is all they were. The whole code of silence and all that. It's a bunch of BS that didn't exist. You can just all the popular movies that glamorize the mob will show you how much they turned on each other.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, how much was the outlaw, Western persona glamorized?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, John Ringo was only credited with actually killing 2 people, both of them unarmed. So it's fascinating to read about when the mob ran Vegas, because this book goes all the way back to the beginning. And we've done a lot of studying. She's done a lot of studying on the mob. I've done a lot of studying on just the Vegas part of the mob. And this goes all the way back. This goes back to the very, very beginning. And it's broken into chunks. Now, unlike most true crime stuff and nonfiction books, this is actually an entertaining read. Mm-hmm. She just started one the other day that she, as much as she loves the mob and as fascinating a subject as it is, she couldn't make it very far at all. I think she read for about 10 minutes because it was just dry and boring.
Oh, the one on the that was written on the couch?
So this, however, is not.
Well, it was just poorly written as well.
And it was. And a lot of a lot of true crime, they kind of write it like a textbook. This is entertaining, it's well written, and it's very,
concise.
Very factual.
And it's concise, which is important, and it's written in an entertaining way. It's not just, this is the facts, and that's it.
And speaking of facts and fun facts, she has actually met one of the descendants of somebody that is in this book. As actually mentioned, is actually pretty prominent in one section of the book. But it's absolutely fascinating. I'm going all the way back to the very beginnings of Las Vegas and the very beginnings of the casino industry, and how the mob, in a lot of ways, the mob actually kind of started Vegas.
It didn't kind of start Vegas. It started Vegas.
They basically are what turned it into the tourist destination.
Right. Well, it was a tiny mining town.
It was. They
Before,
just took advantage of some lax laws in a few areas, and just, you can't even really say took over, because in some instances they started it. They built it themselves from the ground up. Yeah. And that's what this book covers. But this book doesn't just cover that. It covers all the way up to the 80s. I mean, we're talking, this book covers a 50, 60-year span. And people don't realize, but the mob influence in Vegas went back a lot farther than what you see in the movie Casino.
Prohibition days, honestly.
Yeah. And that's a long time ago, guys. And again, it's broken into chunks, and they kind of lead into each other.
Not only does it have stories, but I mean, there's pictures, there's first person anecdotes and stories, and it's some gory things, but
Yeah.
pictures of that you're not going to see anywhere else. You know, the way that Vegas has changed over the years. You know, it's got pictures of mobsters and you know, family pictures of some of these people. It's fascinating just to see how much this town has changed in the last 100 years.
This book is fantastic. This is one of the best nonfiction books I've ever read in my life. Not just because of the subject. I'm actually more of an Old West fan, but just the way it's written and like she said, the how concise and yet very descriptive, very detailed. I mean, very concise, and yet they put so much detail and so many facts into it. They even managed to put rumors into it, and with corroborating evidence to support the rumors. And just little anecdotes. I believe at the end they even talk about how some of the minor casinos, there's one of them that has something buried underneath it. I don't remember what, but I'd almost, not Bonnie and Clyde's car, but...
yeah, it's State Line, Bonnie and Clyde's car.
No, there's buried underneath one of the strip casinos
I have
in
no
the foundation.
No
I'm
clue.
trying to remember. I can't remember what it is, but it's mentioned. It's also mentioned in the book, and the book is just absolutely incredible, guys. So if you guys like true crime, if you guys like mob, if you guys like history, if you guys just like anecdotes, one of the things about this that makes it such an easy read too is because it's broken into sections. It's broken into pieces. You know, you read about one era that's only maybe 10 pages long, and you know that's that. You know, some people that don't read a lot, you know, they you know, they don't want to read more than 10, 15 pages in any one sitting. Well, this book is perfect for that because you can actually get a beginning, middle, and an end in that time frame.
One of the most amusing anecdotes out of this is the fact that you know, casinos changed hands, and a lot, and the fact that one casino came with a person.
Yes, there's a great story about how one casino got sold, and due to some prior
Extenuating
story,
circumstances.
Fuzzy.
This is our fuzzy mascot, Freya.
Hello. So due to some due to some a prior story and some things that had happened in that story,
Calm down.
there was an agreement made, and one semi-former gangster was getting free food and living in the penthouse of the casino that was sold. That wasn't really mentioned in the deal. So after a couple weeks after buying the property, the person who had bought the property called the original seller and was like,
Who the hell is this guy?
you know, WTF, the heck.
Yeah.
Where'd this dude come from, and what the heck is going on here? And they ended up having to make entirely separate agreements to keep this dude fed
And housed.
So yeah, if you guys like true crime, guys, you guys got to check this thing out.
All right, we got When the Mob Ran Vegas by Steve Fisher. Go pick it up on Amazon.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope you guys like it. Just lick my liquor. Oh, lick my liquor.
Oh.
And we will catch you guys next time. And yeah, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Please comment if you got any books you'd like us to talk about, authors, anything you'd like us to read or review. If you just want to chat about books, you can also email us. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye now.
Bye.